All right. Can you believe we're already on chapter 5.3? So, I already typed up some stuff so that we would go through this just a hair quicker. Remember, the bottom is your divisor, and that goes in front. Then you put your long divide sign, and the numerator or the top goes inside. Then on the side, you put first divided by first. Then change the sign of whatever you get here. So if it's positive, you make it negative. If it's negative, you make it positive. Then you times that. That's what that parenthesis means. Times it by your divisor. And in this case, 2x plus 5. And when I say first divided by first, I mean the first item of your dividend divided by the first item of your divisor. And then when that one's gone, then whatever is down here, the next first divided by first again. And it's just monotonous at this point. And remember, x cubed, x squared, x constant. You can't have any missing pieces. Now, long division with polynomials is easier than long division with numbers. I will say that. But long division sucks either way. Synthetic division, on the other hand, is a whole lot nicer. Just saying. Now, number 1 on your homework says either by substitution or synthetic division. By substitution, you literally, everywhere there's an x, you put that number. Okay? So I could say 4 3 cubed minus 3 squared plus 2. So literally replacing all x's with that x value. It's called substitution. 3 squared is 27. 3 cubed is 27. 3 squared is 9. And then pull out Mr. Goodbuddy. 4 times 27 is 108. Do I have to do this by hand all the way through here? No, not really. I could have put it in Mr. Goodbuddy at this point right here. And got 83. Now, I wanted to show you by substitution, but I also want to show you by synthetic division. Both will give you the exact same answer. But before I do that, I need to explain something. P of C, which is how we've got it right here. P of C. P, where it gives you the x value. It could also say x equals 3 in this case. Now, if it had said x minus 30, find the value when when your factor is x minus 30. Okay? Well, what you've got to do is set it equal to 0 and solve. So move that across, and x equals 3. Now, how do we set this puppy up? We say 3, and we put a little box going left. Then we put x cubed. Again, we cannot have any missing pieces. X squared, x, constant. Then we put a big box around the constant. Then we put a line. Now, our number in front of, or our coefficient of, x cubed is 4. Of x squared is negative 3. So we take our sign that's in front of it. X. I don't have an x. So that's a 0. And then our constant is positive 2. The next thing we do is bring down the first term. Now, from here, we multiply. 3 times 4 is positive 12. Then we add. So negative 3 plus 12, or 12 minus 3, that's going to give us 9. Then 3 times 9 is 27. Nothing plus 27 is 27. Then 3 times 27 is, and I kind of been doing these arrows a little bit wrong. Let me erase these. Hang on just a second. I should start from the time sign. There we go. Now, 3 times 27 is 81. And when I add those, I get 83. Hey, same answer. How cool is that? So I like synthetic division, and I think it's a whole lot easier than long division. Just saying. So then it says, use synthetic division and the factor theorem to answer the question below. Is blah a factor of blah? The factor theorem says if your remainder, that's the thing that was in the box, if your remainder is 0, then this is a factor. In other words, it divides evenly into it. So I have to take x plus 1 equal to 0. Move it across the equals. So then that's negative 1 x cubed x squared x constant x cubed x squared x constant. Everything has a number. So I am good to go. Make sure that when you put this line, you leave space so that there's some space to put a number underneath each piece. Bring that first number down. Times. Negative times positive is minus. 1 times stuff is stuff. Add. Now at this point in the semester, remember your head is broke, so use Mr. Goodbuddy. Negative plus negative is negative. 5 plus 3 is 8. Negative times negative is positive. 1 times stuff is stuff. Now, if you owe $24 and you pay 8, you still owe. How much do you owe? You owe 16. Use Mr. Goodbuddy. Now, negative times negative is positive. 1 times stuff is stuff. I get a 0. So, yes, this is a factor. And that's all. And then it says factor completely. Well, the first piece we have to put is the first factor we had. Now, the bad part about this one is we have to finish factoring. We could try regular factoring, which is because it says factor completely. So I'm going to actually factor this. 3 times 16 is 48. And this is type 4. So x minus big x plus small. Okay, and then use the graphing calculator, and I've got to find my graphing calculator. Hang on just a minute. Go to y equals, and type in 48 divide x. .48 divide x, and then hit second graph, and it's going to give you a table. And that table of values tells you 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16, 4 times 12. Hey! And if I subtract, that's 13, 22, 47. These two will subtract and give me 8. So, x minus the big one, x plus the small one. Put these two, whoops, not yet. Because I'm not done yet, am I? If I had to multiply by 3 here, then I've got to divide by 3 here, remember? Now this one will clean up, this one will not. So that has to come into the front. So 12 divided by 3 leaves 4. So x minus 4, and then 3x plus 4. X minus, and this becomes 4. This 3 comes out front, 3x, and that leaves plus 4 here. All right? Now, I'm going to group and group. Okay. This says, well, find all. I just automatically was going to jump because I saw 4 terms. But what does that say to do? That says if x equals 2 is a solution. Okay, if it is not a solution, then I don't have to do anything else. So x cubed, x squared, x constant, everything is represented. So I don't have to I don't really have to put those x cubed